Peter, at our age, we don't need no silly scripts. We have our age and our wisdom to carry us through. Should I have worn a toupee? I think I would have looked so much more dashing if I'd only had a toupee. But you brought back memories with your video today about being young. You titled the video Age of Innocence. Unfortunately, there's a yin and a yang to everything. And my yin and yang is today I'm a pacifist. I don't believe in hurting anyone or anything. I wasn't innocent, though, as a child. I was thinking of my early years. The first memory I have, my parents were much into skating. And the first thing I can remember about my childhood was my dad putting me on skates. And I can remember thinking, my God, I can't even walk, and he's putting me on these rolly things. He's trying to kill me. That was one of the earliest memories I had. And we moved from there to another memory that happened very fast. It was a mattress that had been put out in the backyard. I was maybe 6 years old, but I was the last of 7 children, and all my brothers and sisters were bigger than I and older. Some of them were even married with children, so I had nephews that were probably older than me. Blast it. But I can remember being on the mattress and my brothers saying, "Let's wrestle like they do on TV. Who will we wrestle?" They all looked at me. Well, that wasn't a pleasant memory. But shortly after that, being tossed around, hearing my brother say, it was Rotten Richard, my brother. He said, "I'm going to smash your head like a grape." I used that later when I was teaching and got in a lot of trouble. You can't say that to a student nowadays. But that's aside. The next memory was shortly after that, and we had found in the trash, it's amazing the things you can find in the trash. It was like bugs and insects that used to be in the yard. There's another terrible memory coming to mind. Caterpillar. I turned the bicycle upside down. I must have been older now because I could lift the bicycle, turn it upside down, but I couldn't figure out how to ride it. And I put the caterpillar on the chain, and I slowly wound the chain until it came into this teeth thing, and the caterpillar was doomed. And I thought, boy, I have such power. Well, all of these things were in my mind as a child, and the next thing I know, we, in the trash, found an old radio, and it had all those little things like capacitors, and those, what do the little things look like, firecrackers that were in there. We put it on the porch, and it sat on the rail of the porch with all those little resistors and things, and somehow in our depraved minds as children, we assumed this was the control panel to an airplane. Yeah, I'd never seen a control panel to an airplane, but I was sure. It must have those little firecracker things and everything. And so we would fly, and we would push on a resistor, and something would happen. Amazing thing. But alas, the kid from down the street, who was much smaller than me, and I was thinking back to that wrestling match, he decided to take the controls. I didn't think he should take the controls. What was I thinking? So I hit him in the stomach, and he just stood there with his eyes looking like saucers in his mouth, like a dishpan. But he didn't fall down like they do on TV in the wrestling, so I hit him again and again, and he slithered down the porch and ran home. I said, well, I certainly taught him. He'll never touch the controls of my airplane again. A few minutes passed. It wasn't very long at all, and there was a knock at the door. So I went to the door, and I opened it slowly. There was the kid I beat up's big sister. She beat the daylights out of me. And as I laid squirming like a bug on the floor, sniveling, with somebody in the house laughing, thinking, well, he certainly got his lesson learned, I said to myself, I will never, ever, never again hit anybody. I will not be violent. And then, of course, I got involved with the Franciscans, and they drilled it into my head. Yeah, we don't need a script. For some reason, when you get older, Peter, we remember those things that happened when we were young, and we dream about those things. Damn, I wish I could be young again. Why don't they get a filter on these cameras that makes us look young? Why don't I wear a wig? Why? Oh, I must stay calm. Thank you, Peter. It was a good video you did.